Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, and so much more. The vastness of everything is filling our awareness. It's rolling in with the new energies, with our friends in the outer reaches. We can't contain all of the vastness in our awareness at one moment, but just to get pieces of it is life-changing. It's a beautiful feeling to just feel that there's so much more behind what we can see with our physical eyes. So much more even than what we can express in the moments of a brilliant revelation, or what we can hear from another. There's always just so much more. And that's where we sit most times, in the field of there's so much more. Even as we expand and grow and stretch and get taller and brighter, I am just floating in the amniotic fluid of the new world, tethered to the umbilical cord of the new earth, just floating and feeling everything come into my field as it is designed to. I see the people during my day, the families, the children. I hear the laughter and the smiles. I feel the sadness and the pain. I feel it for 8 billion people. I can see that everyone is changing and growing. And I have great compassion for everyone's journey. Seeing myself in them and seeing them in me. As they try to navigate this physical plane and the physical challenges and the ups and downs that come with a divine being living in a physical form. And I can see where they're headed, because it is where I was headed. And I know that no one will be left behind. So I want to share these words with you. Let them flow over you. Let them go where they need to go. There's no need to track or to follow. Each one will hear what's perfect for them. This is called Smile and Rejoice. Tap into the energies that are here at your disposal to assist you through your everyday life. Dance with that energy. Dance with all the beings who are standing in the spaces between each step that you make and every breath that you take. Smile and rejoice, for no matter what you are going through or what you are seeing in the physical world, the beings of light and love are all around you in that realm just behind the sight of your physical eyes. They walk right next to you, hiding in plain sight in the spaces between your inhale and exhale and between every thought that comes into your mind. The wars and the chaos that are brought forward by the negative entities are going to be crushed by the love of your Creator. The beings that are here for you and all humanity to assist and support us are as many as the stars in the sky. Billions and billions of beings standing right next to you in that space that you don't see because you are locked onto the world of matter and all that it causes you to make it your focal point. What a journey this has been for each one to return back to the true you that sees all things through the eyes of spirit, like the days of your childhood before you got covered over by the awareness of the physical body and the desire to follow the program of chasing what was set before us as the ultimate life to have in this physical plane. We lost our way and we lost sight of who we really are. We gave our power away, which was rooted in our awareness of us being spirit. We are heading back there now as all is being disclosed. And as they disclose what has been done to deceive us and what has been done to control us and use our power, don't fight, don't kick, and don't scream. Because the most important part of disclosure is not that you will discover all the technology that has been kept from us and all the deception, but for you to, for once and for all, discover who you are. So smile and rejoice, for now you are discovering how great you are and how magnificent you are. We are coming to the end of the year of knowing, for now you are finally coming to know what has already been known about you. And this upcoming year will be the year of doing all that you are capable of, doing all that is natural for an eternal, divine spirit to do. And then watch as the door to harmony and love and light is opened and all the billions of beings of light, including those that have passed over to the other side, will come pouring in, and nothing will be able to stand against the power of the Creator's love for his creation. You have remembered and you have come to know. And now you will go forth and do. Stand strong, for there are threats and rumors of war and catastrophes on the horizon as the false continues to collapse all around us, as well as the false that we have taken within ourselves. Look within yourselves. Continue to focus on removing the things that you have taken on through the forgetting of who you are. Don't focus on what is being said that might cause you to fear or worry. Focus on love, kindness, compassion, and treating everyone the way that you would like to be treated, even when they can't. It is simply time to love one another as you have never loved before. This is why you came to Earth, and this is the new world that you will bring forward when you can transcend and surpass judgment, reaction, self-righteousness, hierarchy, and my way is the right and only way, which clearly lacks inclusiveness and consideration for another's journey. These are the characteristics of those negative beings that have run the world and controlled humanity. But they've had our assistance as we have carried within us those same characteristics. This is why the change must start with you and me. It must happen within each one. Everything is coming into the light. And when I say everything, that means everything. This includes everything you can see with your human eyes and everything you can see with your spirit eyes. All that others have been doing, both so-called good and bad, and all that you have been doing, both so-called good and bad. As we fall into the light of the Creator, we will be shown it all. There will be no judgment from your Creator. All judgment will come from you. For when you are shown what happens to another, when the words that we spoke or the action that we took carried an energy that caused great suffering, and we are shown the magnitude of that suffering within another, our hearts will break, and we will be in that moment no different from those that we say are the bad ones. We have always had the ability to compare and create hierarchical systems for everything. We can say, well, look at what Hitler did. But in the presence of the Creator, it will only matter what you did or didn't do. That is the only way for us to have everlasting peace. Each person must see themselves. To a newborn baby, you will appear as Hitler if you choose to abuse them with your language. But to your adult friends, you will mostly be seen as doing what you had to do, justified, just as all non-love that is delivered is explained away. They made me do that. If they hadn't done that, fill in the blank, I wouldn't have done this, fill in the blank. I am once again flattening the they and us. Those that are the main violators of causing suffering in the world will return to the source from which they came, and given an opportunity to be of service on their next incarnation, or they will simply be absorbed back into the light of the great central sun. Those violations on a stage as big as the world stand out. But what about us being the violators and causing suffering in our own world of influence? We will all face the same light and have the same opportunity. Do you think that I just arrived here with the ability to speak these words with such love and authority? Or could it be that I was one of those that you hate and have come back to serve you by telling you what I am telling you now? I have no recollection of past lives, but I know that the possibility of having lived a past life of not love is very real. The rain will come and the wind will blow and all will be made clear. The sun has never left us, and that is the only thing that we know for sure. It is only about you. It has always only been about you. The same love that is here for you is the same love that is here for all. The sun shines upon us all, and the rain does not discriminate. It just pours upon the so-called good and the so-called bad, the so-called awake and the so-called asleep, the so-called righteous and the so-called unrighteous. This is simply the nature of your Creator, and it is your nature too. And if you can hold this nature and make it your focus of your being, you will truly be free. The world does not change because something outside of you changes. It seems like it does, but all it takes is for the circumstances to change, and reaction and judgment will be right back in your life. The world changes around you when it changes inside of you. As Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. The only way to enter the new world is to transcend and surpass the old one. The only way to point others to its location is to first live there. You have already lived there. You just have forgotten it when you came into this physical incarnation. But now that time of your forgetting is over, for it is time for you to know and now to do, to love one another as you have never loved before. Do this more than being right. Do this more than being spiritual, more than being awake, and more than having all knowledge. Kindness, understanding, caring, and freedom for all is where you must live. The negative beings don't owe us anything because no one owes anyone anything. All come from the one ocean and all will return there. You owe yourself the freedom that I am pointing you to. You owe it to yourself to face yourself and then love yourself and fly. When someone comes and tells you that what you have been told about the nature of this reality, about who you are and about what you had been kept from, what has been kept from you and perpetrated against you, you can rail and shake your fist and go to war, or you can say, thank you. I knew that all along. I knew I was more than what they were telling me. I knew that there was more to the story. I knew there was more than just what I saw in the mirror. They hid that from me, yet I always knew. And it was up to me to live a life that reflected what I knew. I cannot blame anyone for that. But to have confirmation for what I know is the beginning of the ending of the existence of the story that has been used to control us and keep us in fear. I am divine. I am eternal. I am magnificent. I am spirit. And so too are you. I am a tennis instructor, and when I am helping people with their forehands and backhands and serves, I speak with great authority and knowing that comes from an ability to simply see. I played tennis for many years, but I have not been trained as an instructor or even mentored by a well-known coach. But I would put my ability to help someone correct their technique up against any other famous or non-famous tennis instructor in the world. It doesn't require work. It is my nature. You see, the story that we were told about who we are could not affect me knowing about this ability I have to teach tennis. But it could affect me from knowing that I have the same ability to heal another, change the weather, turn water into wine, give sight to the blind, or even raise the dead. And yet, these things are a part of our natural state. We just can't believe and therefore know that they are true. Thus, what has been covered over in every human being that is incarnated on the planet through a woman is the awareness of the magnificence of your being and the power that resides within you. This is the covering that we are removing from you, and we are turning all of your gifts and abilities back on so that you will regain the knowing of who you are and what you are capable of. It has been because of the passion to create and our passion to assist others and to be kind that has allowed us to share those abilities in our human life within the things that we do for our jobs and hobbies. And it is the same passion of caring and kindness and uplifting the other that will allow our other gifts and abilities to flourish as they make their way forward from underneath the covering that has for centuries dimmed our light and kept us from knowing how magnificent we really are. There are many stories to tell us who Yeshua or Jesus was. Was he born of a virgin? Was he created with the expansive DNA of an alien race? Is he a human being and a product of many different species and a product of his own origin? Or is he a mix of all of these? What I now know that is true for me is that he is no different than me. I am not suggesting a comparison, but what I am claiming is that I am also the Son of God, and so too are you. Over 2,000 years ago, he came with that exact message for humanity and all beings everywhere. And through love, he has delivered that message in its complexity and then in its simplicity. I have always resonated with his essence and felt a kinship with his being. And just as the message came to him all those years ago in a way that none can fully know, so too has the message come to me that none can fully know. And I too have been delivering it in all its complexity and all of its simplicity. All who have been given this message to pass on are the Christ. Just put that name at the end of your first name and put the in the middle. David the Christ, a messenger of a message that has never stopped coming to show every person who they really are. For me to do is for me to say. And so I say, and in saying, I am doing. Smile and rejoice, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is inside you and all around you, for it is you. So smile and rejoice and let the celebration begin. Clap your hands and dance and reach your hands out and touch those masters that live in the spaces as the new world makes its way forward and swallows up the old world with a smile. Cheers to us all. Greater things than me will you do in the great year of doing 2025. Cheers, everyone. You have always had inside of you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you for listening. I am David.